Hey everyone, welcome back. What happens when you find out your daughter's problems started way before drugs, and your wife might be hiding a huge secret? Today we're breaking down Runaway Episode 4, where Simon digs into Paige's past and discovers something terrible. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Last episode ended with the reveal that Dee Dee has photos of Paige and Aaron. Now Simon goes to Paige's university to find out what actually happened to her, and what he discovers changes everything. Plus, Ingrid's secret comes out, and it might destroy the whole family. The episode opens with that flashback from episode 1. A masked man attacking a guy named Doug at the gym while Paige watches from a distance. Now in the present, that same guy has a badly scarred face, and he's watching Simon walk around campus. Simon tracks down Katie, Paige's roommate, and she drops some important information. Paige changed before the drugs, not because of them. Katie says Paige drove to see Aaron on January 13th. So Simon calls Sam and has him check Paige's planner. Going back a few weeks from that date, they find PVB written over and over again. That stands for Professor Van de Beek, a biology teacher who runs a family tree club. And here's the creepy part. Judy tells Simon the professor was really close to Paige and helped her apply to transfer medicine. Then that scarred guy from the gym attack approaches Simon and tells him Van de Beek is the type to have relationships with students. You can see Simon's anger building. This is someone who desperately wants to protect his daughter. He's ready to kill this professor. But wait, Judy also tells Simon something Katie lied about. Katie and Paige had a huge fight, and Katie kicked Paige out of their dorm. When they go back to check, all of Katie's stuff is gone. She ran away. While Simon's dealing with all this, Detective Fagbennel is waiting at his house with devastating news. Remember that CCTV footage showing Ingrid leaving the restaurant? Well, she went to Dr. J's apartment and stayed there alone with him. The cops think Ingrid was having an affair. They bring Jay in for questioning, and he admits they used a date years ago before Ingrid met Simon. He says Ingrid met him at his apartment that night, but won't say why. And here's where Simon's mind starts racing. Katie mentioned that Paige told her there were problems at home. Simon thought it was because he and Paige fought about her sending photos to boys. But now he's wondering something much darker. Is Paige even his daughter? He asks Yvonne if Ingrid would cheat, and Yvonne is shocked he would even question it. But Simon can't let it go. At the hospital, he sits by Ingrid's bedside and asks her directly, "Is Paige my daughter?" Then the monitors start beeping. Ingrid goes into cardiac arrest, and they rush her to emergency surgery. Did asking that question somehow reach her in a coma? The timing is too perfect. Let's talk about Ash and Dee Dee, because the storyline gets dark. Mrs. O'Hara was their foster mom when they were kids. She seems friendly with Dee Dee, but there's clearly bad history with Ash. Dee Dee grabs a gun and goes looking for her. When she finds Mrs. O'Hara, she reminds her about the abuse she put them through as kids. Ash thought Mrs. O'Hara only hurt him, so he's shocked to learn Dee Dee was abused too. Dee Dee shows Ash her scars and tells him she can't even lift her right arm all the way because of what Mrs. O'Hara did. Mrs. O'Hara tries to call the police, and that's when Ash grabs a gun and shoots her multiple times. Dee Dee looks at him with this creepy smirk, but Ash looks completely stunned at what he just did. Mrs. O'Hara had said, "It was a different time." That's the episode title. Like that somehow makes the abuse okay. They bury her body near the playground where they spent their childhood. What makes this episode brilliant is how it connects Paige's story to everything else. At the very end, Katie tries to email Professor Van de Beek to warn him that Simon knows about him, but the email bounces back. Van de Beek has been on sabbatical since spring term, the exact same time Paige dropped out. And get this, Katie's laptop shows a photo of the professor with hearts and kisses drawn around it. Was Katie in love with him? Was Paige? Or were they both involved with this creep? Meanwhile, Elena figures out that all the murder victims, Kevin, Damien, and the others, were adopted. Henry and Damien were both adopted through an agency called Hope and Growth. The family tree club that Van de Beek runs, that's all about ancestry and finding your biological family. These storylines are about to crash together. There's also this weird moment where that scarred guy deletes a photo of himself kissing a girl. And Elena gets arrested after Maria catches her breaking into her house on security cameras. Oh. And Cornelius is now watching Simon's house with his military training, and that gun that shot Luther. The episode ends with another cliffhanger. The Scar guy has photos on his phone showing him and Paige looking very romantic together. So Doug wasn't just some random victim. He had a relationship with Paige before that attack. So that's episode 4. Paige was involved with Professor and that Scar guy. Ingrid's secret visit to Jay's apartment might tear the family apart. And Ash just killed his abusive foster mom. What did you think of Simon asking if Paige is his daughter? Let me know in the comments. In the next episode, the Professor mystery deepens. We learn more about the adoption connection between all the victims, and Ingrid's fate hangs in the balance. This is where all the pieces start coming together. If you enjoyed this breakdown, check out my previous recaps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.